Hello, and welcome. I'm really glad you're here this morning. Wherever you're listening from, and whatever this day has already placed on your shoulders, this moment matters. You didn't arrive here by accident, and you don't need to rush through this space. Before anything else, allow yourself to settle just a little. There's no pressure to feel strong in your faith, focused in your thoughts, or put together in any way. You don't need the right words. You don't need extra energy. You simply get to be here, exactly as you are. Mornings can carry many different weights. Some begin quietly, while others feel heavy before our feet ever touch the floor. You may still be holding pieces of yesterday, thinking ahead to conversations or responsibilities waiting for you, or carrying a tiredness that rest didn't fully reach. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is a gentle place to pause, a place where nothing needs to be fixed yet. You don't have to untangle every feeling or solve anything right now. For these few moments, you're allowed to slow your breathing, let your thoughts soften, and rest in the quiet. Think of this time as sitting beside someone who understands the realities of life. There's no performance here, no expectations to meet, just shared stillness and a chance to begin this day from a steadier, safer place. If you've been moving too fast already, let this be the moment you ease your pace. If your heart feels guarded, let it rest without defense. And if you're unsure what you need today, that's okay. Sometimes, simply showing up is the first step towards strength. Stay with me for a little while. Let the next moments unfold gently, one breath at a time. Morning often brings more than light through the window. It brings thoughts that arrive too quickly, responsibilities lining up in your mind before your feet even touch the floor. Sometimes, the day begins with a quiet weight, something difficult to name, yet easy to feel, settling in your chest. You may notice your mind already moving ahead of you, conversations that haven't happened yet, decisions waiting quietly for your attention, concerns that stayed awake even when your body tried to rest. This kind of heaviness doesn't always demand attention. Often, it simply hums beneath the surface, asking to be carried again. There is a particular tiredness that comes from holding things inwardly for a long time. Not just physical fatigue, but the weariness that grows from staying composed, staying capable, staying strong when there hasn't been much space to let anything show. Even before the day fully begins, that effort can feel draining. If your heart feels guarded this morning, that makes sense. If your thoughts feel crowded or your emotions feel slightly out of step with your body, nothing about that means you're failing. It means you're human. It means you're aware. It means you're carrying real life into this day. This is not the moment to fix what feels heavy. You don't need clarity, answers, or a plan right now. Simply notice what you brought into this morning, without judging it, without pushing it away. Awareness is enough for this moment. Let this be a place where the weight is acknowledged, not rushed. A place where you don't have to minimize what you're feeling or pretend it's lighter than it is. You're allowed to arrive exactly as you are, carrying everything you hold, and pause here before the day asks anything more of you. Before we move any further, bring your attention to your breathing. Notice it without trying to adjust or improve it. The quiet rise and fall, the steady rhythm that has been carrying you through this morning, even before you were aware of it. With each breath out, allow a small measure of tension to release. not everything, not all at once, just enough to create a little more space inside you. Let the atmosphere around you settle, the room you're in, the air you're breathing, the spaces between sounds. There's no need to fill this moment with effort or words. Stillness doesn't need to be perfect to be real. It only needs to be welcomed. This is where Scripture becomes a place to rest, not something to analyze. Psalm 27 has steadied many hearts through uncertain mornings like this one. It doesn't rush. It doesn't debate fear. It stands quietly firm, offering light where clarity feels distant. You don't need to grasp every line or remember every word. Let it serve as an anchor rather than a lesson, a reminder that strength can be quiet and trust can exist even when answers feel unfinished. Before we speak to God together, allow your heart to arrive fully here. Let your breathing settle into its natural pace. Let your thoughts slow. And allow this stillness to open the space where prayer begins, gently and naturally, from the inside out. Good morning, Lord. I'm here at the beginning of this day, not rushing ahead and not hiding what I carry, simply bringing myself honestly into this moment. The morning is still young, and so am I in what this day will ask of me. I don't see every step ahead, but I choose to place this first breath, this first awareness, under your care. As the light of this day settles in, let it settle in me as well. Not a harsh light that exposes or pressures, but a steady one that reassures. A light that brings clarity without forcing answers. I don't need to see everything yet. I only need enough light for the next step, enough to move forward without fear. There are parts of my mind that wake up quickly, thoughts that want to take the lead before my heart is ready, concerns that try to speak first and set the tone. But today, I begin with you, not with the noise. I choose to let your presence speak before my worries do, to let trust have the first word instead of urgency. Be the place where my thoughts slow down and find order. Let what feels scattered gently return to alignment. I'm not asking for this day to be easy. I'm asking for it to be grounded. Grounded in trust rather than tension. Grounded in awareness rather than urgency. Let my pace reflect confidence, not pressure. As I stand at the threshold of the hours ahead, remind me that I don't step into this day alone. I don't carry it by my own strength. I don't have to brace myself for what might go wrong or rehearse every possible outcome. I can move forward with a quiet confidence, knowing that your light goes ahead of me, steady and sure. When decisions come that feel heavier than expected, steady me. When conversations take turns I didn't anticipate, stay close. When my emotions rise faster than my wisdom, slow me down from the inside. Help me respond rather than react, to listen before I speak, and to remain rooted when the moment feels uncertain. Let this beginning shape everything that follows. Let the way I start influence the way I respond. When pressure rises later, bring me back to this moment. When my thoughts rush or my heart tightens, draw me again to this calm starting place. Remind me that I don't lose your presence as the day moves on. I place this day in your hands. Every conversation, every decision, every responsibility I can see, and every moment I cannot predict. I release the need to control how things unfold, and I choose to trust you with what is still forming. As I take my next breath, I choose to walk forward under your light, steady, not hurried, aware, not overwhelmed, held, not exposed. And whatever this day brings, let me move through it, knowing I am guided, cared for, and never alone. Lord, this morning I bring you the places in me where fear tries to speak first. Not always loudly, not always clearly, but persistently. The quiet worries, the lingering what-ifs, the thoughts that scan ahead, looking for something to brace against before anything has even happened. Some fears are not born from danger in front of me, but from memories behind me. Old outcomes, old disappointments, moments that didn't turn out the way I hoped, yet still try to influence how I move forward now. I don't want those echoes shaping my steps today. I don't want yesterday's weight deciding today's posture. You are light, and light doesn't argue with darkness. It doesn't explain itself or defend its presence. It simply arrives, and everything else begins to adjust. Let your light move through my thinking, not rushing me, not overwhelming me, just steady enough to reveal what is true and what no longer deserves my attention or energy. When confusion crowds my mind, remind me that clarity doesn't come from control. It grows from trust. I don't need to predict the entire day or rehearse every possible outcome. I don't need to stay 10 steps ahead to be safe. I choose to stay close to what is steady, what is real, what is rooted in you. There are moments when fear disguises itself as responsibility, when worry pretends to be wisdom, when tension feels like preparedness. Gently separate those things within me. Help me recognize when I'm carrying something that was never meant to rest on my shoulders, something I picked up out of habit rather than necessity. Let your light quiet the noise without shaming it. Let it soften my reactions before they harden into patterns. Create space between a thought and my response, so this day is not led by impulse, defensiveness, or tension. Let my reactions slow enough for wisdom to catch up. When my body tightens without me realizing it, release it. When my mind races toward worst-case scenarios, bring it back. When fear tries to sound practical or urgent, remind me that your presence is already here, already steady, already enough. I choose not to begin from fear today. I choose not to let anxiety set the tone or decide my pace. I place my thoughts under your light, my emotions under your care, my assumptions under your truth. I don't surrender awareness, but I release alarm. Through the hours ahead, keep drawing me back to what is clear. When fear whispers, let your presence speak louder. When uncertainty rises, let your light remain steady. And when I feel the urge to shrink, to rush, or to carry more than I was meant to hold, remind me that I am not required to live braced. Let me walk forward unhurried, unburdened, attentive, but not tense, confident, not because I see everything clearly, but because I am walking in your light. And let that light be enough for each step, exactly when I need it. Father, I come to you not looking for a place to escape, but a place to belong. A place where I don't have to prove myself, explain myself, or stay alert all the time. I'm tired of living on the edges, always watching, always measuring, always preparing. I want to live from the center, rooted and held. There is something in me that longs to feel settled, not a distracted peace, and not a temporary calm that fades when pressure returns, but the peace that comes from knowing where I stand and whose presence surrounds me. Let your presence be that place today, not something I visit briefly and then leave behind, but somewhere I remain even as the day unfolds. I notice how easily my heart drifts, how quickly I move into doing, fixing, managing. Even good intentions can pull me away from simply being with you. I can become busy without becoming grounded, active without being anchored. So draw me back. not with urgency, but with gentleness. Remind me that closeness with you is not earned through effort, but received through openness. Teach my heart what it means to dwell, to stay, to stop hovering between trust and self-reliance. I don't want to touch your presence and rush away unchanged. I want to rest there long enough for it to shape me, long enough for my inner pace to slow, long enough for my reactions to soften and my perspective to steady. When the world asks me to perform, let your presence remind me that I am already held. When expectations rise and demands press in, let your nearness steady me from the inside. Let my sense of safety come from being with you, not from having everything under control or having all the answers. Let this day be lived from the inside, not the outside. Let my actions flow from connection rather than pressure. Let my words come from a settled place, not a hurried one. Let my decisions be shaped by awareness, not anxiety. And when I feel myself drifting again, gently pull me back, without shame and without frustration. I don't want to move through my responsibilities detached from my center. I don't want my heart to scatter itself across tasks, expectations, and noise. I want my life to feel anchored, even while I'm moving. I want my heart to know where it belongs, even in the middle of demands, conversations, and decisions. So today, I choose to remain with you, to dwell, to rest, to stay aware of your nearness in ordinary moments, not only in quiet ones. Let me carry this sense of belonging into every room I enter, every task I take on, every interaction that asks something of me. Let this quiet belonging follow me through every hour. When the pace quickens, let it steady me. When I feel pulled outward, let it draw me back inward. And let your presence be the place I return to again and again, until remaining feels natural, familiar, and deeply safe. Jesus, I look ahead to what this day may hold, and I bring you the parts of me that feel exposed, the places where I don't know how things will unfold, the moments I can't prepare for, the conversations I can't control, the situations that feel just beyond my reach. I don't come pretending I'm unaffected. I come honest about where I feel open, visible, and unsure. I'm not asking you to remove every challenge from my path. I'm asking you to be with me inside them, to stand close enough that I don't have to brace myself or harden my heart in anticipation. Let your presence become my covering, not something distant or symbolic, but something I can lean into when uncertainty rises and my confidence feels thin. There are times when my instinct is to protect myself by pulling back, to guard my emotions, to stay alert, watchful, and tense. I convince myself that staying guarded will keep me safe. But I don't want to move through this day armored by fear. I want to move through it held by trust. Teach me the difference between wisdom that comes from awareness and self-protection that grows out of anxiety. When pressure builds later, remind me that I am not standing alone in it. When the unexpected appears, help me remember that you are already there. I never walk into a moment ahead of you. I never face anything without your presence surrounding me before I speak, while I respond, and after the moment has passed. Be the shelter my heart returns to throughout the day, not only in moments of stress, but in ordinary pauses as well. When words feel sharp, be my calm. When the pace feels heavy, be my steadiness. When my thoughts rush toward worst-case outcomes, gently draw me back to what is real, what is grounded, what is already covered by your care. I place my vulnerability in your hands, not to hide it and not to deny it, but to trust you with it. Let your strength meet me where I feel thin. Let your peace settle where I feel exposed. Let your presence remind me that safety isn't found in avoiding difficulty, but in staying close to you while I walk through it. When I'm tempted to retreat inwardly, stay near. When I feel the urge to perform strength instead of receive it, interrupt me with grace. Teach me how to stay open without feeling unprotected, how to remain tender without feeling unsafe. Walk with me through this day. Go ahead of me into every space I will enter. Stand beside me in every moment I can't predict. Remain behind me in what I leave unfinished or unresolved. And let me move forward without fear, not because I feel invulnerable, but because I am seen, protected, and deeply held by you. Holy Spirit, I invite you into the places where I need guidance today. Not direction that shouts, and not pressure to decide quickly, but the quiet clarity that comes when I'm paying attention. I want to move through this day, led from within, not pushed by urgency or pulled by fear. There are choices ahead that may look small on the surface, yet they quietly shape my tone, my reactions, and my peace. Teach me to notice where your leading feels gentle and steady. Help me recognize the difference between my own impulse and your quiet nudge, between what feels urgent and what feels true. When my mind begins sorting and analyzing too quickly, slow me from the inside. Let wisdom rise without anxiety attached to it. Let discernment feel calm rather than heavy. I don't want to live this day guessing or second-guessing. I want to live it listening, aware of your movement beneath the surface of each moment. Guide my words before I speak them. Shape my responses before they leave my mouth. Help me sense when silence carries more wisdom than explanation, and when clarity is better offered gently than forcefully. When courage is needed, let it rise without tension or strain. There are moments when I look outward for signs, while you are already speaking within. Open my awareness to the peace you place as confirmation. Teach me to trust that peace, even when full clarity hasn't arrived yet, even when the path ahead still feels partially hidden. If I drift toward noise, comparison, or distraction, gently bring me back. Not with judgment, and not with pressure, but with presence. Let your nearness feel like orientation, like returning to center after wandering too far outward. Let it realign me quietly, without shame. Walk with me through the details of this day, through the simple tasks that feel ordinary, the unexpected turns that require flexibility, and the quiet moments no one else sees. Let your guidance be close enough to feel, subtle enough to keep me attentive, and steady enough to keep me grounded when decisions come. When I feel unsure, remind me that I don't have to force clarity. When I feel rushed, slow my pace from within. When I feel pulled in too many directions, help me notice the one step that matters most right now. Teach me to trust that you lead step by step, not all at once. I choose to follow your leading today, step by step, moment by moment. I choose attentiveness over anxiety and openness over control. And I trust that as I stay open, you will guide me with patience, with clarity, and with a peace that settles deep and stays with me throughout the day. Lord, there are places in my life where waiting has stretched longer than I expected. Not dramatic waiting, just the quiet kind that lives in the background of my days. Nothing looks wrong on the surface, yet something inside keeps asking when, how, or why it's taking this long. The questions don't shout, but they stay, gently pressing for answers that haven't arrived yet. I bring you that waiting, not as a complaint, but as an offering. I don't want to rush past it or pretend it doesn't affect me. Waiting can wear on the heart when answers remain distant and movement feels slow. It can quietly drain hope if I'm not careful. Still, I'm here, choosing to trust you within it, even when trust feels quieter than certainty. Teach me how to wait without tightening, how to stay open instead of guarded. I don't want patience that feels forced or brittle, something I endure with clenched teeth. I want patience that is steady, rooted in confidence that you are at work even when progress isn't visible, even when nothing around me seems to be changing yet. There is a strength that grows quietly, away from attention, a strength that doesn't announce itself or demand proof. It forms slowly beneath the surface, where no one else can see it taking shape. Let that kind of strength grow in me today. Not the strength to push harder or rush outcomes, but the strength to remain faithful, calm, and present right where I am. When frustration pulls at my thoughts, gently draw them back. When impatience disguises itself as motivation, help me recognize it for what it is. Remind me that waiting with you is not standing still or falling behind. It is being shaped, refined, and prepared in ways I don't yet fully understand. I place my timelines in your hands, the expectations I've set for myself, the deadlines I've imagined, the quiet comparisons I carry. I release the need to force what isn't ready, and I choose to trust that your timing carries a wisdom my urgency cannot see, a perspective broader than my own. Let me move through this day with trust rather than pressure. Let me do what is in front of me without resenting what hasn't arrived yet. Help me stay attentive to the work you are doing now, not only the outcomes I'm hoping for later. Teach my heart to rest in the middle of the process, not only at the end of it. When waiting feels heavy again, remind me that you are not distant. When doubts surface, steady me. When hope feels thin, strengthen it quietly. Let this season of waiting deepen my faith, widen my patience, and soften my spirit rather than harden it. Give me the strength to wait well today, not with resignation, but with hope, not with tension, but with quiet assurance. And let this waiting become a place where trust grows roots, steadiness takes hold, and peace settles in ways that last far beyond this moment. As this time of prayer gently comes to a close, let yourself remain here for a few seconds longer. There's no need to rush back into movement or noise. Let what has settled within you stay present, even if it feels quiet, even if it feels subtle. Peace doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it simply rests. May this day be covered in a calm that doesn't depend on circumstances. May your thoughts be steadied when the pace picks up. May your heart feel supported in moments that usually feel heavy. And may you carry a quiet confidence, knowing you are not stepping into this day alone. If the hours ahead bring pressure, return to this stillness. If uncertainty rises, remember this grounded place within you. Let trust guide your responses. Let gentleness shape your words. And let strength grow without force, without strain. Before you go, take a few moments of silence, not to think, not to plan, just to listen. Let your breathing stay slow. Let your awareness remain open. Sometimes the most meaningful moments happen when nothing is being said. If this prayer met you where you are today, I invite you to write a simple declaration in the comments. The Lord is my light. Let it be a quiet expression of trust as you step into the day. If you know someone who may need a calmer beginning today, feel free to to share this prayer with them. And if you'd like to return to this space again, you're always welcome here. Thank you for being here and for choosing to begin your day with intention. Carry this peace with you as you move forward. Let it walk with you, steady and gentle, through whatever today brings.